Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's write some more Leetcode today. Today we are solving longest unequal adjacent groups subsequence 1. So the problem states that we are given a string array words and a binary array groups, both of length n, where words of index is associated with the groups of index. And our task is to select the longest alternating subsequence from words. It's considered alternating if for any two consecutive strings in the sequence, their corresponding elements in the binary array groups are different. So basically, we need to choose strings such that adjacent elements have non-matching corresponding bits in the group's array. And we need to find the longest possible subsequence from the array words, where their corresponding elements and groups are all different in front and behind. So if we look at this example, we can either return EB because 0 and 1 differ, or we can return AB because 0 and 1 differ. So now that we have seen some examples, let's get to how we can solve this problem. So for this problem, to return the resulting array, we realize that an option that we can do is we can divide this groups array into segments of consecutive zeros or consecutive ones, and we realize that we can just return the leftmost element each time, and that would be okay. Therefore, if we want to add this to the resulting array, we don't need to look all the way back. We only need to check the element before to see if it's different. And same for here. If we're deciding to add this or not, just check if it is the same or different from before. If it is same, don't add it. If it's different, we'll add it. And that applies to all of these since they are different from the previous. So that's why we added. So what we can do is we can initially always add the first element to the resulting array. And for the rest, we will compare from the previous. If they are different, we add to result. If not, then we don't. So let's go over this example real quick. So first we see that 0 is different from 1, so we add B to the result. See that 0 is different from 1 again, so we add C to result. 1 and 1 do not differ, so we don't need to add D. 1 and 0 differ, so we add E. And now that we have come to the end, we can return this as our result. So the time complexity would be O of n, where n is the number of elements in words, because that is the number of letters we will iterate through. And the space complexity would be O of 1, because even though we are creating this, we are returning this, so this doesn't count as space, so there's no extra space. So now let's get to the coding part. So first, we will put the first letter from words to result always, so we can add it to result right away. And now we will look from index 1 all the way to the end. So for I in range 1 to length of groups, if groups of I is different from the previous, so groups of I minus 1, then we will append words of I to result. And after going through the for loop, we can return result. See if it works. Okay, perfect. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I hope to see you all again soon.